Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Burner Account. I am your host, Big Joe, and alongside me, my esteemed co-host, Mr. Julio the Don. Tell him what's up, Julio.
What it do, baby?
Julio, I wish I could tell you what it do, but I don't know, man. This whole world has gone crazy.
They always going crazy, bro.
We just did a video
Mm-hmm.
centered around Shedeur Sanders
Yep.
having dropped after 3 rounds and not being drafted.
Yep.
I think he ended up getting picked up in the
Fifth round.
fifth round
By the Browns.
by Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And even through all that nonsense that was already going on around Shedeur Sanders, somebody decided it was going to be a little bit appropriate to add to that by prank calling Shedeur while he's waiting for anybody to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, we want you." And they just compounded the anger, the frustration, the humiliation.
Yeah.
By prank calling him and basically telling him, "Hey, by the way, you're gonna keep waiting."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's probably not the best thing to do, especially to somebody that's already like, man, I shouldn't even be still on the board at this point. But now you want to add a little insult to the injury by prank calling and saying, "Hey, you know what? You're gonna have to just keep on waiting." And at first, I was like, man, that's kind of messed up. Who the hell could have gotten this number and did that? Well, then you find out it is the defensive coordinator from Atlanta.
His son.
Decides he's going to be the one to make that call, and he thinks it's funny. Now, here's what gets me: is in 2025, it is important that you videotape everything. You clout chasing.
Everybody is, bro. Everybody does that. What's the first thing that people do? As soon as they see some shit going down, the first thing they do, instead of trying to jump in, intervene, help, do any of that shit, what's the first thing they do? Show me, Joe. There you go. That's the first fucking thing any crowd does when something's fucking going down. Anybody. So, again, stupid move by them recording the whole prank call. It made no sense at all. I'd like to know, again, I know that there was a lot of bits and pieces that kind of floated out. I guess the defensive coordinator, he had left his iPad, I think, his company iPad out and unlocked to where it had all the potential candidates' numbers inside of it. And they saw his number, his son saw the number, wrote it down. And then, of course, as we all know, now the infamous call heard around the world. I don't even know what round he was called, but again, and we have a clip of the video of him actually receiving that call that we'll play here in a second. But, you know, you got to put yourself in Shedeur's position. This is one of the most important days of your life.
It's supposed
getting a phone call like this. It's supposed to be. And then you get something like this that happens on this day that it's supposed to be monumental, not only for you, but for your family, right? So, again, just awful in my opinion of how they handled this whole situation, but we'll get to that here in a minute too.
Yeah, man, I'm not even a big Shedeur Sanders. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of his, but nobody deserves that.
No, hell no.
Nobody deserves to be humiliated like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have something so dumb and immature happen to them, like you said, especially on the night where it's supposed to be a special moment and you're supposed to be celebrating that with your family and friends. And I don't know, bro. I think it was classless at best. But what we're gonna do now, Julio, is if you want to go ahead and pull it up.
Yeah, give me 1 second here.
Sir. All right. So this is the prank phone call.
Yep, this is the prank phone call first that we're going to show. So let me go ahead and start it.
Alrighty.
Hello?
You got that call?
Yeah, what's going on?
Ready to go!
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Lumis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Ready to go!
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir, let's be legendary.
But you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go!
What does that mean?
What? What'd he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
You said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry about that.
Why did he call?
What the fuck?
Hey, that's fucked
I
up.
don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
It was private.
Did they just troll, bro?
It can't.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm gonna crash out, bro.
It is what it is.
Not that I'm finna crash out now.
Finna crash out. Look, bro, that's so garbage, dog. Like, you're gonna act like you're the New Orleans Saints, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is Mickey Loomis,
Mm-hmm.
this, that, and the other."
Yeah.
I don't know if we do have it or not. Do we have the video of the other end of the boys actually making the call?
I don't have that. I was trying to find it, but I wasn't able to find it and pull it in time for us to use it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have that part where they actually show the kids making the actual prank phone call. I'm sure you can find it out there. It's pretty common now, especially now that it's been floating around and this whole interaction happened. But again, as you saw, you could see like the look on his face. It kind of lit up at first, and then as the phone conversation is going, like that light, that joy that he felt for like maybe a couple of seconds, kind of just melted away real quick at the end of the phone call. Like, what the hell was that? Like, what does that mean? I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer. First, you get told we're gonna pick you up with our next pick here, and he's like, "All right, let's be legendary." You hear that coming from his voice, and then all of a sudden, it's like, "Yeah, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer." Like, what? I would have reacted the same way. I mean, what the hell you mean? Like, what? What does that mean?
Even mean? Whatever it means, let's be legendary about it, all right? Like,
Yeah,
no,
it's
what a slap in the face. And then I think we also had the apology.
yeah. So the apology that Jax Ulbrich posted on Instagram, I was able to find it. I pulled it so that we could take a look at it. And Joe, I'll let you read it once I pull it up. Give me 2 seconds here. There we go, right there. So this was the apology that Jax Ulbrich posted on Instagram.
Jax, right?
Jax,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. So it says, on Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, at Shedeur Sanders.
So story goes that apparently before he posted this, he actually reached out to Shedeur, had a conversation with him, kind of explaining the whole situation. And when he said by on Friday night, I'm assuming that was in the first round then of the draft. I don't remember, was the 24th on a Friday?
7th. No, it was on a Thursday.
Okay, so then it would have been during either
Round
the second
one.
or the third round.
No.
Yeah.
Thursday was round one.
Okay, so Thursday was round one. So Friday night would have been like either round two, the end of round two, I guess, or closer to round two.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 and 3. So it would have been during one of those rounds when he received that phone call, thinking that maybe one of the teams was going to pick him up. So when I put myself in his position, if I'm one of those kids anxiously waiting on my phone call from a team, to feel that joy and excitement of it. Yeah, okay, a team is finally calling me and it's my number's up, to get that excitement, and then all of a sudden for it to be met with, oh, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Like, yeah, I would be upset. I would be upset the same way. But I mean, he reached out to him to ask for forgiveness for making such a harebrained prank call, I guess you could say.
Childish for
But
sure, but he was a
for
young
sure,
kid, bro.
yeah. Again, he's a young kid, and then he didn't really take that into consideration, I don't think, at any point. So it's sad all the way around. And I also want to say that I was listening to some TikToks earlier around this, and there were other people that were kind of talking about the whole situation and saying that the only reason that he posted that on Instagram was because he was starting to receive threats of getting beat up for doing something like that and things of that nature. So, I mean, I don't know what all the other speculations are behind this, but again, hopefully they were able to bury their
If
hatchet.
I'm his pops, I'm beating his ass. That's 100 right there. Like,
Which he should.
he's
His
getting his
ass.
ass beat by me
Yeah,
for doing something
for sure.
stupid like that and embarrassing not only me, but my company, dog, the people I work for.
Yeah. Because I think the Atlanta Falcon organization put out a statement saying that they're not going to be a part of that or associated with anything like that, that they apologized as well for them, for someone on their organization kind of releasing some sensitive information that shouldn't have been released. So yeah, I think I did see something like that posted somewhere. I just can't remember where right now off the top of my head, but it did come out from the Falcons organization that they were apologizing as well because of the sensitive information or his number basically getting let out when it shouldn't have been. So
Yeah, you heard it. He was like, nobody has his number.
yeah. So I mean,
Boy, your ass would have been on fire, boy.
bro, imagine if the pops gets fired for that.
Dog.
Mm.
Bro.
Don't let my kid cause me to lose my job. Whoo, shit.
I'm about to run this fade on you right quick.
I'm gonna be at the house like real quick.
Nah, that's something you don't do, bro. Is play with somebody else's money, and like I said, the fact that it's the initial reaction is to just clout chase and film it, and put all the evidence on you.
Stupid.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Just
stupid.
dumb.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So,
but
hey,
again,
man,
that's the generation that we're in, bro. What's the first thing you do, Joe? Show us again. What's the first thing you do? You see some shit happen? What's the first thing you do?
Like, nah, dog. It ain't that serious. Sometimes you just gotta have some stuff right here, dog. Just I know it happened, and he had his homeboy with him. He would have been like, "Bro, tell him what happened," and left it at that. You ain't gotta have it on video, dog.
Like they say, bro, common sense ain't so common no more.
It ain't that common.
It ain't common no more, bro.
Well, I'm glad ultimately that Shedeur did get picked up by Cleveland, like we did discuss, and that he did get to have his moment. Unfortunately, it wasn't when everybody thought it was going to be. It was a little bit later, but ultimately he did get to experience that moment. And to Jax Ulbrich, dog, do better, because nobody wants to do
Don't if you're gonna do something stupid, don't film it. Don't be an idiot. You ever heard of eliminate all the evidence so that way there's no evidence left behind? Come on,
no
man.
face, no case.